Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Tech That Doesn't Byte. I'm Simon C, and of course joining me is
Jeff Word, and great to see everybody today. Welcome to another episode of Tech That Doesn't Byte, the show that reviews and checks out all the good fun tech stuff that you use. We want to hear about that too.
Well, let's get on to today's episode, because today we want to talk about our microphone recommendation.
Nice. I like microphones. Microphones are good
absolutely.
stuff, man.
Nowadays, a lot of people need to use microphones because we're all mostly working from home. So we got some things that, that could be for people that are starting off to do podcasts or, doing, video conferencing and things like that. So the first mic that we want to recommend, we're going to switch up to the close-up real quick, is, if this is for you podcasters or who wants to start podcasting, or voiceover artist, or pretty much if you really want the best sound, a very good sound quality at a very reasonable price, I gotta say, the Blue Yeti microphone.
Yeah, now I use this microphone myself. In fact, I'm using it right now, and I'm hoping I'm not having any issues with it like I have been having before, but I've had it for a few years, so it's kind of gotten to a point. Now, I use the Blue Yeti Pro, which does allow for both XLS and USB
and by
connections.
XLS,
so that's the cool
you mean
part
XLR.
Yeah, I knew that.
So
obviously, my brain was in Excel mode.
This one is
obviously
the regular standard Blue Yeti that only has a USB. So it has USB, it has also an audio jack that you can monitor the sound with, and also right there, that little giant hole right there. That's where you could put on a mic stand. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the XLR setup is part of what the Pro allows for, so you can say it goes both ways if you want to look at that kind of microphone. Yes, that was lewd. Thank you. But I really like this microphone. It's really easy to use, really easy to set up. Now, when I bought it 4 odd years ago or so, it ran about $220. I would imagine they're a lot cheaper now. I know that Blue has a lot of other newer microphones that actually would probably work as well, if not better.
I bought this microphone back in, 09? Yeah,
oh, wow.
09, 010. Oh, not 010. 09, 2010. And
yeah, the 010 doesn't work like that.
I got this for $100. It was on sale for $100.
Very nice. Very nice.
Up to now, it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Now, the only issue I've been experiencing with it, and Simon will back me up on this, and actually it literally just happened about 30 minutes ago when we started all this. Yeah, there was an underlying background fuzz noise that was causing an issue, so I actually had to pull out the little microphone knob on the back. I think if you turn yours around, there should be a microphone knob on the back. There you go. You could pull those knobs out. They're just plastic knobs, and I wound up using a little bit of aerosol air cleaner and whatnot, sprayed it real heavily in there, and that pretty much took care of the problem. And I had to plug and unplug it because, Windows stuff. But that cleared it up, and that helped the problem. And sometimes you have to kind of give it a little knock here and there. Kind of like how you smack your TV. Same idea, but I don't recommend that. But just
it's a weird way to fix it, but it's a good mic.
Because, that's how American ingenuity does it.
But this mic also has your gain control right there. Different sound patterns.
Right. So if you want it, so if you got the different patterns that basically push the sound forward for you to record, or if you have two people, they can record side by side. It's a very versatile microphone. I personally really like it.
I do too.
And it works for my nefarious purposes.
And the price is really decent. And for something that has lasted me for quite a while. And and what else? It also has your volume control right here. You have the mute button right there. So, and I really like this microphone. I really like it. And this might be $100, but when I bought it, but it might be a little bit more nowadays. So what other mic would we recommend? Another mic I recommend is I'm actually using that right now because I can't use that right now because I need to show that. This is from a company called FIFINE. This is basically a kind of a gooseneck kind of microphone. And
I want to bring it down a bit to your right so we can see.
There we go.
There we go.
Sorry,
right there.
There
we go.
Try to talk and then show this is kind of hard, but basically it's a gooseneck microphone, and gooseneck because you can stretch it around, and it's just perfect for people that are working at home with got to go to like a web conference or anything like that, and just to have that basic microphone. You don't necessarily have to have that headset if you don't like wearing headsets, because I know a lot of people don't like it. So this is a perfect option if you want to use it for web conferencing. Even podcasting works too. If you're starting off, perfect for podcasting. And you don't have $150 or so to spend on a Blue Yeti. This is a good choice. I did a review on this a while back ago. You guys can definitely check it out. But I think it's a decent microphone to use. Hopefully they're still available on Amazon right now with everything going on, but So this is definitely something I recommend if you are on the really very low budget side of things. You just want a mic. You don't need the bells and whistles. I recommend this. I do recommend.
Right on.
And for headsets, I recommend the Logitech USB headset. Jeff will know that pretty well because he used to use that quite often.
Yep, used to, but definitely for work or whatever it was. I definitely, I mean, it's interesting you mentioned about if you don't like to wear headsets. I'm like, well, I had to do that professionally, so wearing a headset is no big deal to me. And I actually like the idea of just having, headphones on, microphone, and it keeps my hands free to do other things. So, but any kind of headset generally works for me. Now, I don't use Logitech anymore. I don't work as a tech support agent anymore. Currently, I use a Yamaha CM500. This is actually a pretty decent headset in and of itself. The sound quality isn't as fantastic as like the Skull Candy ones I'm actually wearing right now. And I was commenting to Simon earlier before we started this that I now can hear everything he is doing there versus this wasn't as loud, but this is really freaking loud. So kudos to Skull Candy for their clarity of sound for them. And the microphone isn't too bad. So if you're into gaming and whatnot, this is an ideal setup right here for sure. It'll get you to you go out and get your next frag, talk to your teammates, and do that sort of thing. So, but I definitely encourage you to do homework on the kind of headphones you're looking for, depending on what your purposes are. If you're going to do something like this, a pair of Skull Candy like what I'm using gives a lot of clarity of sound, so you can hear everything that's going on and do your podcast.
And if you want to spend the big bucks,
not the big bucks.
Well, not the really big bucks, but big enough.
How big are the bucks?
Say maybe like the 300, 400, 500 range.
All right.
There's one microphone. I'm going to show a picture right here. It's the AKG C214.
Can you say that
the
5 times fast?
AKG C214. That is a nice. Full-on XLR microphone. So it has really good sound quality, as it should, because you're for that money. I hope it has good sound quality. So that's the microphone. If you want if you have that budget.
Sounds like professional quality sound, which definitely would be voice acting, music recording, that sort of thing.
I mean, the Blue Yeti could do it too, but if you want to really step it up to even more, then you can get that.
I agree.
There's even more expensive ones, but we can't recommend those because we don't have those ourselves. So we don't.
No, we don't. We have like zero budget here, my friend. Well, so if you want to give us money, we're down for that.
But for that microphone, the AKG C214, you do gonna need a mixer to plug into your computer.
Yeah. Right, which by contrast of the Blue Yeti Pro, which does allow for XLR mixing, you do need to get the mixing soundboard and all sorts of other components. So if you need a starter mic, that's the beauty of the Blue Yeti Pro, or even just the Blue Yeti by itself. USB connection works really great if you got a good solid computer to mix your sounds up
absolutely. With. So, long story short, Jeff, which microphone do you recommend?
Well, I definitely recommend the Blue Yeti Pro if you're just starting out. It's a good price, between $100 to $200, depending on what where you get it from and which model you're getting, the non-Pro or the Pro. It works for USB, so you don't need to get any extra equipment, so that's not so bad. But like you're suggesting, if you need to step up your game, if you are a musician, if you are going to do serious voice work and so forth, yeah, definitely the $300 mic you were talking about would be a good start. But if you need just to kind of start out, get a feel for things, the Blue Yeti Pro is definitely my recommendation.
Me too. I do recommend the Blue Yeti. But everything we talked about is all from the lower end budget stuff to the mid stuff to the higher mid microphone.
Higher mid, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. The higher mid
really
stuff.
Test the higher end microphone. So,
like I said, if you want to give us money, we can. But
if you guys are interested in getting any of the products that we just mentioned, all the links are down below the description.
Yeah. Absolutely. Please definitely like and subscribe to our channel here on Tech That Doesn't Bite. We review stuff, we check into stuff, we test things, and we'd love to hear what you're using. Just reply in our comments below. We'd love to hear what you're using.
But until next time, everybody, have a great day.
Have a good one. Keep safe.